mom and dad moved here in 1972. Had a wonderful childhood. Yeah. We had pastures, livestock. We had, every day was an adventure. Barns to climb around in. You saw it in the combine, right? The computer that's in there. And then there's different practices that we're trying, like probably 100 different practices we are trying on our farm. And then when he gets done, we're gonna learn if it improved yield, by how much, and then that will be weighed across how much money did we spend for that yield improvement. And then, so we're relentless about it. We just analyze it to no end. And what we're really looking for is if we can find 10 things that make us $5 an acre, that's 50 bucks an acre. My dad was the second person to sell fertilizer in Hancock County. Early 60s, late 50s and early 60s. And then when nitrogen, ammonia became available for the farm, they ran around with these 2-cylinder tractors that he's familiar with, custom applying nitrogen, and everybody wanted it. It was one of those, it was a no-brainer. You put that on there, you increased yield. In some cases, you doubled yield. Yeah, what you guys are doing over there with limiting the nitrogen, this is dangerous. If you like eating, this is dangerous, what they're getting ready to do. You're going to raise less crop. Somebody's okay with that, or they think they are, until they can't buy what they need to buy. We call this our side dress bar, and after the corn is up, we'll add another 20 or 30 pounds of end of the acre, depending on the need, sometimes as much as 50 or 60, and it makes our nitrogen use more efficient and can boost yields. When I started, we were running, we had a little bit of everything. We had an international tractor. We had a John Deere B, an old 2-cylinder motor, you know, pop, 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 those guys. And then we had some Alice Chalmers equipment. Then diesel motors came along, so he bought a 720 and a 730 diesel tractor, the same thing as, you know, Johnny Pops. And then the biggie that really changed everything was when John Deere introduced the 4020 tractor. 6-cylinder tractor, they're still a great tractor, even today. And we had 3 of them at one time. And all of a sudden you're going, you know, Deere may not get it all right, but they get a lot of stuff right. So then ever since then, we've pretty much run John Deere equipment. We've bought some other stuff, but, and I was telling you guys, nobody makes bad equipment anymore. You know, oh yeah, those Fendt tractors, there's nothing wrong with them. I was in one of them, I'm going, this thing's really nice, you know. In fact, in some areas, it's nicer than a John Deere, but it's Fendt. And I'm going, you know, can they provide me service and parts? Well, now it's just a risk we're not willing to take. But we've driven a long ways to get parts. If we break down, that's a 911 emergency. Where's the part and where do I have to drive to get it? Well, the first year we did 7,777 acres, and we like to die doing it. It was just a colossal effort, and we were just exhausted when it was over. And we said, we're never doing that again. So we've pared it down to around 5,500 acres, and we can do that comfortably without wishing we were dead. This guy right here, this is my great-grandfather.
Yeah.
Okay, my
John Franklin,
and then you're going to find a Franklin Stevenson somewhere around here, will be my grandfather. Okay, and you'll notice he was born in 1868.
Yeah.
Okay, This is where my grandfather is buried.
Yeah.
Now we're going to get into the old stuff. This is the guy that came over.
This is the guy.
Thomas Stevenson.
Yeah.
Yep. Got on a ship in he was born in 1809 and died here in 1888. So he was here nearly 40 years. They didn't grow just corn and soybeans. You grew oats, which was the fuel for the horses. So that the work was spread out way more than it is today. I mean, we do everything in these little 6-week, 2-month windows. I'm a believer, that's me.